On est parti. On va élever notre niveau. Et on continue la quête principale. Allez. Oh, attends, ça nous fait 3 clés. Glace, j'en ai pas. J'ai peut-être remplacé fiche par du feu. Créo peut-être. Et dernier, c'est quoi le W? C'est hydro en fait. Ah, mais attends, je peux pas avoir... En fait, je peux pas tout avoir. En fait, c'est celui-là qui servira à rien, qu'il faudrait prendre l'hydro à la place. Ok. On va tenter, hein. On va tenter. Tenter la chemise. Voilà, donc encore bloqué. « 65 clichés slash. Santolio. » Ok, je me rappelle de la zone. Eh, c'est l'heure du duel. Quête d'histoire. La meilleure façon d'apprendre à connaître quelqu'un est de passer du temps, et j'ai pas le temps de voir. Ah putain, je crois que c'est ce que je voulais faire. Putain, nickel, on a débloqué les... On a débloqué les quêtes principales, les quêtes des persos. Top, ça va pouvoir le faire. Là, j'ai dit que j'allais me focus, qu'on allait faire des vidéos par rapport à ça. Nickel. Je suis content, j'ai réussi à faire ce que je voulais. Donc on vient de passer monde 2. Chapitre 3, acte 6. Ok. Ah, j'avais pas vu je connaissais pas ce perso, tiens. Et Izu, je connais pas. Et ça. Niveau requis 32 minimum. Et après les autres, c'est des quêtes. Ouais, 34, 36, ok. Là, donc j'ai de la marge. Et d'ailleurs, je suis monté combien? C'est pas tout, mais 27. Oh, fin de 27 même. Fin de 27. J'ai pas de ressources. Voilà, comme ça on va pouvoir avancer la quête. Avec Zongyo. Donc j'ai 3 pierres. Faudrait que je trouve les sanctuaires où ils sont. Bon, j'attends de dire, en fait, ouais, mais même dans tout cas, j'ai pas le. C'est que les prochaines missions quotidiennes qui vont me filer des clés.
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days...
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has... I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning...
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent...
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the As for the kite that honors the Drio Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last
Paimon's her dad named... Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single cut. Justice flows across the surface of the waters.
Ouais, donc là, vraiment, t'as tout ce qui expliquait en fait ce qui allait arriver. Parce que le cercle de l'électro, donc d'Inazuma, la justice de l'eau, donc Hydro, donc avec le juge de l'eau, donc Neuvillette, il y a plein de petits clins d'œil en fait. On pouvait pas le deviner à l'époque, évidemment.
And about the trials of the common man, he just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well, the rite of parting requires helping.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next.
Hiring help? Sure.
Adventure. Venturing into the mountains to capture
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve
a most fair price.
Let's see. No. 5 geocrystal flies.
A full day
Whoa, that's expensive.
hero of Mondstadt?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero.
That's too little. Hardly a. That's too little. This price will do. No lost.
Oh, help? Sure. So what's the job?
Let me see.
No problem. Now,
Done.
let me think. Deal.
Et il reste encore 10 000.
All finished then?
You think you can buy us off with some loot? What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what is this about? The atmosphere got...
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy. The finest pharmacy is...
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return this. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Ah, alors sur internet, c'est c'est la boutique de Kiki, non? Je crois. Je crois que c'est ça, hein. Bon.
Huh. The reception is deserted. Hello?
Welcome to Boo Boo Far.
Huh? Did you hear?
The reception, it seems.
How about you?
Kiki ne dépasse pas le comptoir.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach. Ah, Paimon thinks
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died.
something like this would be.
Kiki la petite sorcière.
Hello, little girl.
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring...
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow my dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that...
Okay then,
How did you manage that?
but Chi-Chi helps you.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way, everybody wins.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Guizhong Ballista. It's a kind of crossbow turret. Installed on Mount Qinheng by located in Qinheng Pass. It was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liu.
Mr. Zhang Liu.
Apparently not quite. This is the...
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal.
Did you want to add it?
No, just that the cocoa goat, what it looks like. Don't know. Where to find it? Don't know either.
Very well then. Let's start.
Et on va essayer de trouver sa coco chèvre. Il y a ça. Je sais pas. Mais par contre, il y a ça. Je sais pas. On va falloir la réparer, comme d'hab. Du boîte, la corde.
Huge. Paimon can. But how do you operate this thing?
It is...
Oh, what?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility... That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were... As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista.
So, what you're saying is...
I have a smattering of knowledge on... With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Where is that supply post? Here, posty, posty, posty.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will... It is done. The Guizhong Ballista...
Ooh.
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look.
Over here we have nothing. And over there...
Hey! Just what? So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what?
Not a turret. A Guizhong Ballista. Also, kindly state your name.
Are you blind or something? This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for two. The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces, and that's if you...
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an adept. It is not we who need...
Dodge this! You're open!
Oui, je suis passé les mobs niveau 20 et je suis passé niveau 40. Non, mais non. J'ai pas remis mes persos.
Better than nothing.
Ok, bah, je fais le tour, j'arrive. Aussi, je vais péter à ta gueule.
That tingle? Try. Have a little taste.
Wind blade.
I got careless. Freeze. Picked the wrong test subject. Fry. I got picked the wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject.
Wind blade.
Such a
You're open. Time for retribution. Disappear.
should replace my hammer.
Let the show begin.
Ah, ça dégage.
These lowlifes didn't know.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus.
Oh, yeah, that.
A search using the Guizhong ballista reveals. What's more, a contraption built using adepted.
Which means a Paimon wouldn't go.
We-
Good idea. We did our.
Is this an answer from this world?
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Cocoa Goat Adeptabeast.
What a disappointment.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. Ah, here. This is the...
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agree.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb...
Excuse me, everyone.
Oh. Sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this...
No.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Someone learnt a vow.
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju,
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even... the medicine... I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing...
Don't mind Chengsheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal...
Do you sell everlasting incense?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course.
Whew, at last.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Aw, too bad the Chising have taken it over for now. Security...
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much mora. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he...
This is correct.
What are we gonna do? Is this the...
Cocoa goat! Cocoa goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot...
Hey, less laugh...
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a...
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future.
That's like 0 difference.
2,990,000. Also, well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
That lot is an absolute riot. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking...
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Well, as it stands...
Ooh, fine.
Well, traveler, have you... Odd? The questions that such travels raise are ever... To treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't worry. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall. Praised through...
Hole in the wall? As...
Indeed. Let us meet near... Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner... I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the...
Hey, there's even a story!
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is the... But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide used.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in... What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang... Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down... Behold, the glorious... They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of merely grasp.
Tianquan Liyue local, huh?
At last I have found...
Who's there?
Wait, I am not with the Millelith. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. Well, in concrete terms,
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just...
My apologies, you who have returned from Jieyun Karst. But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a fork. She invites you to her palace.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here. I wish to meet him at the Jade Chamber. Together we shall snip every one.
And with that, the MS... But we've received an invitation. We'll be meeting people that have way more...
You'd best be on your way now.
Don't worry.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the threads of your fate lie in my hands.
Ready when you are.
What'd they do this time?
A reward on the road. Is this an answer from this world?
Our bond is strong. By royal decree.
Wind blade!
creature from this world?
Plus tard, je parle muet, sérieusement, putain. À force de couper le micro parce que le petit il se met à gueuler et compagnie. Putain, j'oublie que j'ai le micro qui est mieux pendant que je stream, quoi. Je sais pas depuis combien de temps le micro est muet, les gars, désolé. Sur la vidéo, en tout cas. Donc Kenny a pas dû m'entendre non plus. C'est pour ça qu'il a dû partir, je pense.
Odds revealed. Stand with me.
A reward on the road.
Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be... Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map, let's look around. There has to be a way up there.
Ah bah j'ai pas le duo. En haut il y a du truc de géo et là il y a du truc d'animaux.
Right place. It must... Yes, this must...
Ah, au Genesis aussi, tiens, je suis en train de me dire dans ma tête. Du jeu qui peut ressembler aussi à Genesis de FF7
It only takes us up to... Aw, if that wind girl
Crazy
was
Score.
stronger, we... Huh? Why? Or...
Le style de veste et tout, ça y ressemble en tout cas.
Oh. Hey, looks like we've gotten close. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the... Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's...
Là, faut redescendre.
We'll need more where that came from.
Et quitte à redescendre, je vais plutôt voir s'il y a un chemin pour récupérer notre petite pierre.
We'll need more where that came from.
On va faire le tour. Donc à mon avis, c'est la grotte où il y a le défi au milieu. On est sur l'abbaye, c'est compte pas, faut vraiment descendre quoi.
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. We're invited guests. What makes... No. Wait. Maybe this was... She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a... No, but...
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean? What nonsense? Seize these
Well, here...
Wind blade.
Non pas qu'il reste un PV, ça.
To arms! Yeah! Take the...
No!
Wind blade! Yeah! Tactical! Yeah! Retreat!
Our bond is strong!
Take the target alive! Beaten.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Palace.
Who are you calling strange?
Hmm? You want to go...
We're invited guests, here to look for the Lila Chisi.
Well, as it happens,
Who?
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes?
Wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, it was fixed in a single night. I came here to These Millilith are just here to guard the scene. not to arrest him.
So this was all a misunderstanding?
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite...
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So,
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liu.
Should I forget it. I shouldn't. Either way, Rex Lapis's death is indeed an how surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, the time of the Adepti has long. I'll stop here. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chambers.
Favor? But, wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture.
All right. You can decide on your greeting. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Well then, may we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not So, what should we give to Ning? Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ninggu. Why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope! But Paimon sure... Let's go gather ingredients! Time...
Mon Dieu, qu'est-ce qu'elle va inventer encore? Paymon.
Looking for a fight? By royal decree!
Windblade!
Is this an answer from this world?
Stand with me!
Bon, c'est quoi ces ingrédients de merde encore? Paymon est vidé encore. On a juste en dessous.
Ooh, look at that slime! It looks crystal clear! And very delicious! That's the one! In the air. Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came... Uh-oh. It looked... By royal decree.
Direct assault. You're open.
Je vais me dire, j'ai pas eu la cage, j'ai pas eu la clé.
I was not.
I understand. Don't say that. I'm Mung Dan. I never expected that those treasures. Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment. Actually,
Oh?
do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Ming Xing Jewelry. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require.
Great. Paimon.
Peut-être en dessous, je pense.
I suppose this will do.
Oh, flamme de faire le tour. Allez. Flemme de faire le tour.
Uncle Mung already told many of the best goods in our store. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's all...
Yep. It's... Hang on a moment. Could we borrow...
Sure, please help yourselves. As...
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack. It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime!
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box...
Alors de là à croire que le qu'elle va apprécier. Oh les airs, tour qu'on se tape. Oh non, de Dieu, non de Dieu, non de Dieu.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
watching. Excuse me, do you...
Yes. How many?
It's not convenient to speak of...
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but for the you.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joya.
It's Ningguang! Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift.
Oh, for me. I'm glad this palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no... At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to block... One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu.
Wait! Was Virgil...
Just everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from...
I fear that peeking... Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very... Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days. Gods that failed to seize the title. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue... That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very... But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes...
Who's this enemy you're talking...
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What?
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Carte glia. Carte glia, le méchant.
What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play... Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storyteller travelers are talking about it.
That's because that wall records Leo's secret. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trust... You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too, but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their allowing the rite of parting to take place.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing... Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say...
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return.
It's all right. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object...
Yay! Paimon was... One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell... Just imagine.
Mais quel con.
Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the... La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Sigil of permission, something, something. Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of missions. But research on the Sigil of permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of permission. Oh, you really...
Il y a blob sur roche.
Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't... That's way out of Paimon's league. Anyway, we'll see. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's...
En fait, j'ai même pas de point de TP ici, je suis en train de dire. Je pourrais pas me TP ici si j'ai envie. Ah, c'est pas que je veux. Si, ça va, donc il m'en reste encore. On va récupérer 4 qu'elle nous lâche. Je viens de voir qu'il y avait un truc de plante là. J'ai bouffé le nom. Plante élémentaire. Une racine élémentaire plutôt. Oh, ah, quand même.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper.
This is bad. Wind blade. Pay for that. This is trouble.
You need to hurry up.
Our bond is strong. By royal decree.
You need to hurry up. This was well done. You need to hurry up.
Wind blade.
Odds revealed.
You need to hurry up. This was well done. You need to hurry up.
Wind blade.
An unfortunate fault.
Oh non, de Dieu, c'était long.
So many towels Paimon seen. Oh, But how did oh, that talisman. Maybe the being able to channel and the last stop. Let's go.
Ah, quand même bien avancé, on va essayer d'avancer encore un peu. Eh, bientôt level 30.
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit to the JADE?
It was so big.
Indeed. It's second. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich. Yeah, his take.
Oh. So you also met with...
She said?
No, indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Kuching, although she's friendly. Yes, she is... It said that she's the one behind...
The Jade Chamber is only...
Why, Mora, of course.
Ningguang talked about...
That is how the Fatui have... No matter what they may be.
So, is there anything we...
Yes, as a matter of fact, they're...
Blaze lilies. Oh, right. Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh... Of course, there are some kinds of flower. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you... We'll only know once he...
Une pierre pas là. Ah, il y a un stock de pierres. Oh, moi j'aurais resté pour faire mon espadon. Hein. Il y en a combien? 2 Gilopus.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand Terralila? Those weren't glaze lilies.
This little monster is known as... Strict. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have
Well, that's nice.
Unfortunately...
That's so... Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey, it's... What?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still... Ah! That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chip?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I
She's acting different from the first time we met.
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out...
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace...
Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle a des cornes?
It's quite all right. When the Archon War came to its...
Parce qu'il y a du zombie, il y a tout ce que tu veux dans le jeu, mais pourquoi est-ce qu'elle, elle a des cornes?
Including of the current 7 Archons. This means that Liyue...
So what do you think of this?
Huh? As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine, but as an Adeptus...
Huh? Did you...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood. After the war ended, I
Bon, bah là, ils expliquent.
We dare.
Oh, so did you sing?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your...
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not, if you would excuse me, I should return to my work.
And that just about does it, given the ease of picking glaze.
Yeah, Paimon can already...
Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine.
Wow. See? Alright, I think it's about...
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll need more where that came from.
Bon, je sais pas où on en est.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate time?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate, and
it seems inevitable, given
the Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows,
surely the Liu Qixing are not.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinate.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have...
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of... Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions...
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Neither path is an...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities.
Things are taking a turn for... I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wang. Consider your next course.
Tu devrais demander un coup de montre avec toi. Hein.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see them, he must be waiting for them. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Ouais, j'étais sûr. Combien il y en a? 6, 7, 6. Non, la chambre de la merde. Je pensais, moi j'étais en train de partir pour reprendre le téléporteur de la chambre de Jade en fait. J'étais pas resté sur la chambre d'or moi. Pas sur le même truc. Enfin, il y a un chemin, on va prendre le chemin. Que j'ai de nouvelles ressources pour booster les persos ou pas? Non, armes. Il m'en manque 2. Je suis dur max, attribut. Non, l'arme. Il m'en manque 3. Il m'en manque 2. C'est l'heure du duel.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that... Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like a dream come true! Oh, right! Back to... It's quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells quick! We have to go make sure that the...
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still...
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find... Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see that she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and that the time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. Either way, we now come to my favorite, the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that go...
You could... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left this... Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She would... When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequence. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt...
Salut Jojo, comment tu vas? Comment va Jojo Zino?
Besides, you could never... Fighting talk, I love it.
Et duel.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. How unbecoming. Poor timing. Verdict is? Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trick or two. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Ça farm, ça farm. Moi en fait là je suis surtout en train d'avancer le scénario. Je farm plus hors caméra toi pour kiffer un peu. Mais je suis plus là, je suis avec un deuxième compte, donc comme j'ai écrit dans le titre, c'est un reroll. C'est un reroll qu'on fait en free to play, donc c'est-à-dire qu'on ne fait des tirages que quand le jeu nous donne assez de points pour pouvoir le faire. On rajoute pas d'argent nous-mêmes toi.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's gnosis now.
Y a rien.
I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Non, c'est que c'est pas lui l'Archéon. Et toi, qu'est-ce que tu fais de beau, mon petit Jojo? T'avances tes armes sur Call of? Putain, ta clé est quand même stylée comme boss. Hein. Ah, je crois que tu me demandes à moi. T'en es où dans ton farming? T'as toutes les armes de montée? Tu commences les armes en or, pas encore? Eh, ça va, les points de vie, ces points de vie chutent quand même pas mal. Hein. Et voilà, son compte est bon.
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis. No matter where it...
That's what we've been trying to tell you.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my cure. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to...
Unfortunately, I must bring this
Grâce à passer en or, 2 pompes de fusil tactique, de snipe. Non, sérieux, t'as tout le reste en or déjà? En or zombie ou en or multi?
Yes, it seems that the guardian deed as such. We must now look to our backup plan.
T'as fait quoi? T'as fait tous les fusils d'assaut en fait? Et les mitraillettes.
Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers.
Ah, en zombie en plus? Putain, ouais, prend du temps quoi.
Osile, Overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archons. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the... Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of... Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our... With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsuri, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation, but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well. That makes matters a...
Eh ben GG. Putain, donc ouais, donc là t'es en train de farmer à fond sur le zombie quoi. Je viendrai avec toi si tu veux la prochaine fois. Mais c'est vrai que là je suis en train de... C'est Genshin et Honkai. Honkai j'ai quasiment... Bah j'ai fait... Là je suis en train de finir les sous-quêtes du deuxième monde. Et après bah il me reste un troisième monde et j'aurai fini quoi. Fini avant le endgame.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Attends, je crois qu'on le combat en plus. Je crois qu'on le combat en plus. Un truc comme ça me dit quelque chose.
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over, do we make it?
What are you...
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adept...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? But all of you were supposed to be the Guardian...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanism?
I suppose this is... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off... We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
Je disais que la prochaine fois je te rejoindrai. Sur le zombie, tu sais, tu me diras quand tu fais, je viendrai avec toi si tu veux pour farmer. Et que là j'étais en train de d'avancer Genshin Impact et Honkai. Et sur Genshin là c'est le deuxième, c'est la deuxième zone donc je suis quasiment fini. Sur Honkai je suis en train de faire les sous, il y a que 3 zones. Avant le, enfin la troisième zone c'est le endgame quoi. Donc j'ai fait 2 zones sur les 3. Donc on a quand même bien avancé. La mitrailleuse. Ça c'est Jojo avec les zombies là. C'est l'heure du duel. Oui aussi, oui voilà, c'est juste pour le côté c'est profite entre potes toi.
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
6 minutes 16 à tenir comme ça va être chaud. C'est vraiment, il en a rien à foutre de ma gueule quoi. Le mob, on a vraiment rien à foutre de ma gueule.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Our bond is strong.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Ah putain, il a eu le temps de se durcir. C'est là où je vais en chier. Parce que ces putains de mecs, quand ils se durcissent, c'est la misère.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is gentle energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian's purse. Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave. This grid is really strong.
Looks like time to fulfill my duty. Finished.
Ah, ça passe pas à travers, je suis deg.
With the blood of the Chelian, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Putain, mais sérieux.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Disappear!
Midnight Phantasmagoria! By royal dissipate.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
En fait, dis-lui que dès que je le soigne, il meurt instant. Car j'ai pas le temps de le relever correctement.
With the wind!
Bon, ce serait bien qu'on se fasse le petit easter egg là que je t'avais parlé. Sur le roi des imitateurs. Ça pourrait être cool.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Final Flash. Le saut en l'air. Camé. Camé. Ah. Attends, j'arrête, ça pue, hein. Niguang, ton bouclier, s'il te plaît. Oh, stylé. Merci Xéo. Oui, chaud.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Mais toi. On se fait un petit clip, hein, ça fait toujours plaisir. Oh. Oh. Ouais, je sais pas, c'est vraiment un raccourci pour clipper comme ça. Bon, dommage, je prends que 30 secondes, ça prend pas plus.
The ominous aura of that monster has in the effects of the sigil of permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which—
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retain. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited. At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued expansion, it has become the palace that... It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the... Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed even to this very day. Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, Focus your sights on our city.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be
This morning, Rex Lapis...
What?
In the dream, I yearn to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation... I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his... But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not... Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty... Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay.
You see, this is what Liyue is like. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to run. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this...
Seems like the Adepti have had a change.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough.
Gravune est stylé quand même. Le cerf est vraiment joli.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall... But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is...
Looks like the conflict between... Oh, right! It's that child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that,
On sait ce que ça cache.
But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing?
Pour ceux qui n'auraient pas compris, on sait ce que ça cache, plus ou moins. On va chercher celui qui est l'archéon là. Qui se cache derrière un homme simple. Simple. Et on va passer par là. On va dire c'est vite fait. Hein. Il y a encore une quête là. Oh ok.
Is this an answer from this world?
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the... Last time we saw Zhongli was... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack? We had better go and make sure...
On va finir ça, parce que comme ça on aura bouclé les You. Putain, ça met en haut alors qu'il y a 30... Quand je suis en haut, ça me dit en bas. Entre dans la banque.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? Oh, it seems that some of your friends...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House, so it might be best to keep things peaceful.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, the real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be...
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled. That...
Zhongli et l'archonte Gio.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you... No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the no...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them to...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I... As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,000. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself,
Oh, Zhongli,
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return...
Of course. And it just as a child quickly matures after losing their parent.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This, despite this meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my...
Huh? That doesn't sound...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturb...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zappel...
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not...
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Arch. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself.
Est-ce qu'on a enfin fini ou pas? Ok, ça peut pas. En gros, tout le monde s'est misé à utiliser notre héros comme marionnette. J'ai toujours pas compris le Gnosis, ce que c'est, parce que ça a pas l'air d'être la source de leur pouvoir, parce que Ventus, enfin, en tout cas, ils ont pas l'air d'avoir perdu plus que ça que leur pouvoir. Je vais sauter de l'eau, c'est putain.
Is this an answer from this world? You know that god...
Yes.
Say.
Now that you... I mean it all? Still, what's...
Forget it.
Oh, well... So oh, come on. There's only one real possible... Fatui. They search... Shh! Lower your...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mount, gods and adepti live rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the so that something feels off. When the cheesing already did Zhongli exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is
3,700 years of contract.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded by our prosperity.
The long, unending dream of our Archon.
Now that we have awoken from, will you stand with us?
So concludes the words of her. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking.
Is that the traveler who they say?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person?
Oh, si peu.
But it's well.
As for the mortal.
Perhaps.
Toujours les fins de zone sont toujours remplies de cinématiques.
Why would I not feel more at ease? Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morax lack?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Jean. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we...
I fear that continuing your journey may... Yes. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis.
Paimon thinks we've heard that...
That is the case. And since...
That said, though Zhongli, since...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans... But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Tibet see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders.
En fait, ça fait vraiment Wano, quoi. Inazuma, c'est Wano.
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessing. The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only knowing her. She must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree. 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then.
Niveau 29. Et pour la suite, il faut être level 30. Donc, on va couper là, les gars. On va couper là, en espérant que ça vous a plu. Une nouvelle pierre. En espérant que le petit stream vous aura plu. Moi, je vous dis bien à la prochaine pour la suite. C'était Fenrir. Ciao les gars.
Surtout partagez, likez et ouvrez.